Aaron.
Yeah.
Why didn't you say it the first time I said Aaron?
Because it's pronounced Aaron.
You done messed up, Aaron.
Aaron is back from Lake Minnetonka, Minnesota. Welcome back, everyone. No matter where SPTV is coming to you from, it is still always a great day not to be in a cult. Well, it's a little late. We got some stuff to do this evening, but I did not want to let the day go by without letting you know that every now and then the LAPD does something out with the protesters out in Los Angeles, out in Hollywood, the Scientology protesters. Every now and then they do a little something that gives you a little bit of faith, a little bit of hope that they're gonna maybe enforce the laws equally on both sides. Anyway, last night was one of those times that every now and then it happens. Last night was one of those times, and someone is calling me. Hold on. I have to quit this app. Okay, good. All right, I'm back. The LAPD actually arrested a Scientologist dentist, a public Scientologist. Let me make sure I got his name right. Remember, guys, I'm working from one screen. I'm usually working from 3 screens, and it's a little difficult. It's in the title of the video. Dr. Lidio Rainaldi. I should just show you the video and then talk about it, but I want to give you a thought before we begin the video, because I watched something like this and I take so many different things away from it. You would think one could be forgiven for believing that Scientology, the security staff, the ethics officers, they must round up every public Scientologist and tell them exactly what's going on so that they're briefed, so that they understand. Tell them all about the protesters, what criminals they are, the kind of stuff that you might hear them say. You might think that Scientology would do something like that because it kind of makes sense. And then last night happens. And then you have to reevaluate everything and you have to go, what? And it almost serves as an example of how paranoid they are about Scientologists who are in the bubble, how paranoid they are about these people actually understanding or knowing anything about what's happening around them. After a year of protests every single day, this doctor, this dentist, a public Scientologist, had no idea who these people were, why they were there, what they were doing, what the applicable laws are, that they have a right to be there. And once this doctor, by the way, we're talking about Aja, Hollywood Aja was assaulted by this doctor. When he saw Aja from, maybe 80 feet away with a phone pointed towards him, he instantly beelined for her and reached for her. And she even warned him, don't touch me, don't touch me, don't touch me, don't touch me. And then he messed with the bull and he got the horns. Okay. But even when he started beelining for her, you would think that the security guards are watching on the cameras and would be, don't do it, don't do it. They were nowhere. And Scientology's 2 rent-a-cops that they use so that their security guards don't have a lesser chance of getting into trouble, they were nowhere. Now, we've seen before, whenever a Scientologist or a staff member or a CIRC member would start getting close to the protesters, a security guard would come out and steer them away and da-da-da-da. What's happening now? So not only you'd think that one of the things that Scientology authorities would want to make sure all the public understand is the laws. You'd think that all they would say is, hey, look, there's some SPs outside creating some trouble. They're working with big pharma and big psych. Under no circumstances should you approach them, talk to them, or touch them in any way. You would think that's the least Scientology would brief its members on. And then last night happens. And we're given a whole heaping pile of evidence that they're not even doing that, right? So all those times that we've seen security guards have to run out and escort people, we now realize none of those people were briefed beforehand about what was going on. And that is why security had to be on such a close lookout to go out and run and, usher them in and all this kind of stuff. But I guess, I don't know, after just so many days of consecutive protests, they're kind of falling down on the job, guys. Okay, so let me get to it. That's enough talking for now. The first clip that we have, my screen share abilities have been greatly diminished working from one screen. This clip comes from Hollywood Aja herself, and we're going to be, I think I've got it queued up to the right spot. Hopefully I do. And I'll go full screen on her video. All right, let's get the volume up. Okay, here we go.
It might even have a gate for cars. You know, kind of like residential areas. I mean, not.
Oh yeah, she's speculating that Scientology is going to try to actually fully and permanently shut down L. Ron Hubbard Way.
Residential. I'm sorry. Private. You know, private residential areas.
There he is.
Excuse me. I will spray you, sir. Don't hit me. Hit me. Don't fucking hit me. I told you don't fucking touch me. I told you don't fucking touch me.
All right, I'm going to turn the volume off on this just to limit the F-bombs here, but we can still watch what's going on. Now the rent-a-cops come out to play. Now, after their guy literally was warned by Aja, don't touch me, don't touch me, don't touch me, I'm going to spray you. He said, I'm going to spray you, and he grabbed her hand. It looked like he tried to grab. By the way, it was just some spicy essential oils. It wasn't like actual mace or anything. You know, just some essential oils to the eyeballs. You know, got to keep it legal. And is that even a Scientology security guard, or is that a rent-a-cop? I think that's a Sea Org security guard. And I'm just going to let this play because even when the doctor goes over to this grassy area over to the left to rinse his eyes out, those security guards don't want to have anything to do with him. He's on his phone. Who's on his phone too? I think he even tries to go after her again. Let me see. Yeah, that's a security guard. That's a Sea Org member there. He's probably like, oh shit, we're getting in trouble for this one, aren't we? Let's see. Oh, rent-a-cop, Eyelashes Barney showed up. Wow. They could have prevented all that. All they had to do was say, do not go near the protesters. Do not engage with them. Under no circumstances should you touch them. Nope, couldn't do that. And guys, I'm just going to back this up a bit so we can appreciate again how Aja wasn't even approaching him. Look, he comes out from behind this thing. Food in his hands, clearly walking towards the fountain building. I mean, unless he's just parked in the parking structure. No. But look. She wasn't even talking to him. Boom. How stupid can you be? Okay. So there you go. We have that. All right. The next thing that I want to show you is that the website for where this doctor works has removed his photo from their website. Okay, so this is Porter Dental in wherever that is. So Gallup, New Mexico. The owner of the practice is Silas Porter, it looks like. A young, successful guy right there. Okay, so we go back to the Meet the Providers page. We got photos of everyone except Lidio. How much you want to bet that photo was there yesterday morning? Okay, so you go, well, how do we know it's the Lidio Rainaldi? How do you know that's him? Well, here's a bad photograph that's kind of blurry, but you can make it out that is Dr. Lidio Rainaldi, Gallup, New Mexico. That's his photo. But here is a better photo. And this is part of the photo I used for the thumbnail. Let's see. This website is AT Still University. Okay. And it's an interview with a woman here who works for Dr. Rainaldi, and he's identified down here. I'm working as an associate general dentist with Lidio Rainaldi, DDS, in a private office in Gallup, New Mexico. Okay, fine. Interesting. Since I'm in Natalie's house, I'll borrow from Natalie's practice, and I'm going to check out the live chat about what I'm talking about before I go on to the next thought. Anand says, what a nitwit. Yeah, exactly. So honestly, like even a Scientologist shouldn't have to be told not to run after a protester and grab at them and take things away from them. This isn't, I mean, I do think the security guards are going to get busted for allowing this guy to interfere with the protester without somehow intervening. But it's not something you should have to be told, really. I mean, I don't know. On a human level, just on an emotional level, you'd think, okay, if she was shouting insults at him, maybe that would be a natural reaction. She wasn't. She was saying nothing. He just looked over, saw a cell phone pointed in his direction, and started running. Oh, what a nitwit. And M says his TRs are out of control. Yeah, exactly. Perth Scientology audit says reflexes. She's got quick reflexes. Let's see. Now that's some niacin. That's some hot to spicy essential oils with maybe a little bit of niacin in there. Who knows? Oh, Mandy. Oh. I'm sorry. Mandy me. He was calling the cops on her. Yes. And comment. Oh, interesting. Chris on the drums. The cops should charge this guy with a hate crime since Aja is trans. They did with Danny. So what's good for the goose is good for the gander. I think in order for it to be a hate crime, or in order to, successfully prosecute that, you'd actually have to prove that he knew she was trans. And there's no way that he did. Also, I don't think that hate crime thing did not stick on Danny. It didn't. That's one of the things that they just dropped it. But I definitely get what you're saying. Let's see. Renee KC. She wasn't even really protesting at that time. It's true. She was doing nothing but standing there and commenting on whether L. Ron Hubbard Way would be closed in the future or not. Eat more pizza now. Lidio done messed up. Aaron? Oh, I like that. Aaron? That's a good one. Eat more pizza now. Natalie Swanson is asking the important questions, folks. How were the cookies? The cookies were good. I'm going to take credit for that because I blended all of the ingredients. I just did as I was told. And it was butter. We're getting off into the weeds for a relatively serious video, but butter, white sugar, brown sugar, baking soda, flour, vanilla, oats, walnuts, and chocolate chips, and a couple eggs, and they were delicious. Thank you for asking, Natalie. Okay, let's see. Okay, so now I want to show you, like 2 or 3 hours later, the LAPD finally, well, they showed up for a while, but they were hanging out, chit-chatting for an awful long time. They did end up inside of the Fountain building. And so the only footage that I've seen of this is from Streets LA, which is the footage I'm going to show you. But the footage that we're going to see, you're going to notice a van is going to pull up to the parking structure, a Scientology van. So the gate has to open. So the gate opens, and voila, we see an LAPD cruiser inside the parking structure, and Lidio's cuffed and being put into the car. Guys, why did the LAPD cruiser pull into the Scientology parking structure in order to arrest this guy? He wasn't in the parking structure. He wasn't parked in the parking structure. Anyway, and I'll show you the video and then we'll chat about it. Okay. We did that one. Bear with me for the screen share here, you guys. Okay. So we are going to use the clip from Scientology Audit, Streets LA. And I've got this queued up to the spot that I want. Here. we go.
Oh, right there, right there.
Oh, yeah. Book 'em. Book 'em. Yeah. Yeah.
Don't touch me again.
Keep your hands to yourself, sir. What's his name, man? Rainaldi? Rainaldi, keep your hands to yourself.
Guys, because the cop car is there, the van can't get in. So again, this is an example of what I'm talking about. Why aren't they on the radio with the driver of the van saying, circle around the block? There's a cop car in there. We're trying not to let everyone see what's going on. Go around the block. They don't even do that. So the van pulls up, door opens, van pulls in, door is stuck open because the van cannot get around the cop car. And the protesters just get to troll those guys incessantly. I mean, the van eventually gets around the cop car, but I'm telling you guys, this shows there's a lack of coordination going on. Things are falling apart over there. They've replaced the Sea Org security guards with rent-a-cops, and like rent-a-cops who look like Barney with fake eyelashes on. Like, you've got grown men hiring female security guards to go out there and take the heat. I mean, look, if you can do the job, you can do the job, but it's a really bad look. I think things are collapsing over there, you guys. Okay, let's see. If there's anything more interesting to this clip, I can't specifically remember, so let's find out.
I said, don't touch. I said, don't.
Wait, was that Aja meowing? Let's take a look at that again.
Self.
I said, don't touch. I said, don't. I told you don't touch me. I gave you
That van
warning.
driver's getting fired.
Hell yeah.
That van
Pack
driver-
it up!
Wait, is that Sean Ingalina? It is. That is Sean Ingalina. They managed to get him. Oh my God. You know whose butt's probably going to be on the line for this public dentist getting arrested? Sean Ingalina, I bet, is going to have his ass in a vice. And you know what? This is something that the protesters on LRH Way could troll the security guards with, whether it's Odo or Jason or Parker or whatever. Try to ask them if you hope they didn't get into too much trouble for Lidio Rainaldi getting arrested, and try to get them to tell you who got in trouble. Did the security chief get busted? I bet the security chief I bet his ass was in a vice when Lidio got arrested, huh? But what about Sean? I think Sean was to blame as well. I think Sean, or be like, hey, look, Odo, I don't think that was your fault, Odo. Odo, I hope you did not get blamed for Lidio Rainaldi getting arrested. It is not your fault that nobody briefed Lidio about the protesters. I understand you guys don't want people to understand what the protesters are doing. Totally get it. Odo, I don't think it was your fault. Thank God there's no RPF. You don't have to worry about that. But remember, Odo, if you want to leave Scientology, the SPTV Foundation will help you. Oh my goodness. Okay, so that was the Streets LA clip. Yeah, that was pretty much it, you guys. I just wanted to make sure I wanted to make sure that I made sure that you guys knew that this happened. Absolutely incredible. Okay, let's see. Anna from Canada, I have a question. It's more than 50 characters. Well, I do not have the lovely Barbs starring any comments for me in the back, but Anna, if you put it in the live chat, oh, there it is. Here we go. Anna from Canada, if he is a public, why did he go into that apartment building after? Isn't that apartment building housing for Sea Org? I may be wrong about this, but I thought that it was. Thank you for the question, Anna. The actual housing for the Sea Org is main building, which is on the southwest corner of L. Ron Hubbard Way and Fountain Avenue. It's not the only building where Sea Org members live. There's also a building a number of blocks down on Fountain called the Anthony Building or the AB. that houses most of the Sea Org members from middle management. The Fountain building is basically hotel rooms for rent for public Scientologists who are visiting from out of town. Now, I have in the past mistakenly said that I thought that certain people who live there must be Sea Org members because that's where Sea Org members live. I don't know what the hell I was thinking. That whole building there was renovated specifically so that Scientology could rent rooms to out of town public. So there you go. Thank you for the question. Much, much appreciated. And Clara Eisnoggle, welcome as a channel member for 3 months. Scientology plus doctor equals extra special attention. That's right. Dentists and chiropractors are probably one of the single biggest sources of donations to Scientology over the last 4 years, just because of the business consulting Scientology front group pipeline that exists. They tend to target dentists and chiropractors. They've branched out more recently to physical therapists, occupational therapists, financial planners, veterinarians. There's really no one a Scientology business consulting front group won't try to target, but it's mostly been dentists and chiropractors. Eat More Pizza now gifted 5 channel memberships. Thank you so much. That is super generous of you. And okay, so let me see. Someone says, okay, I'm just going to look at the live chat for a little bit here. Okay, Jeffrey Delshed. He touched her phone. It wasn't like a bloody beatdown. Yeah, you're right. Nobody said it was a bloody beatdown. Thank you for participating. Is Rainaldi still in jail? Nope. He was let out at about 4 a.m. I was told he did not have bail. I was told he did not pay a fine. I was not told whether he was actually like charged and booked or anything like that. Does anybody, I'm looking in the live chat real quick. Does anybody actually know for sure, you guys, does anyone know for sure whether he was released without charges or whether he was just released basically on his own recognizance? I'm going to wait for about 10 seconds to see if anybody knows. 5, 4, 3, 2, and that's it. Okay, let's see. I just meant for this to be a short video, so I'm just going to look a few more seconds for any comments. See, but this is a question. It's not a statement of fact. SCOD said they arrested him, didn't charge him, and let him out at 4 a.m. to avoid protesters. Wow, I hope that's not true. Oh, here we go. Don Holt. He has a citation, and he has a jury date in July. Or perhaps just a hearing date. Who knows? A date for a hearing. I doubt it's already scheduled for a jury trial. But that's good to know. Yeah, okay. Someone else saying court date on July 19th. Fantastic. And there you go, guys. Hold on. There's some craziness going down in the live chat. I'm just catching up on this, you guys. All right. Well, I guess we're not going to get into all that. But all right, let's see. Anything else? Guys, if you're still watching, do me a favor. Hit that like button. It actually helps, believe it or not. All right. Travel day tomorrow. I'll be back home and settled hopefully by early evening. And so I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye-bye.
Okay, if you want to see my rock and roll songs, click right on this guitar. And if you want to see a different one of my videos, then you could click right inside here. If you have subscribed or not, subscribe